Well, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like it has been forever since I've sat down to film a YouTube video, so I'm so excited to be back today. And I thought for today's video, since it's been such a long time since I've posted, I would do something kind of casual and just catch you guys up on what's been going on with me and also what I've been doing in terms of different projects. And speaking of projects, I'm just going to be working on a little bit of crochet while I catch up with you guys today. This is the cutest little tote bag pattern from Hey Crochet, and I've been working on this for the past couple of weeks. I really want to finish it up though because it's kind of a little bit more summery in terms of the colors, though I do still think I'll use it in the fall. But anyway, I've just been wanting to work on it, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. So it has been the busiest few weeks and I've really missed both working on projects and working on making content. So I'm really excited to get back to it and be back into the swing of things. I have finished up one more summer sewing project, which I did end up recording a little bit that I'll share in this video, but I just was running around doing so many different things that I never finished making the video. So that project was a summer dress, which I've really enjoyed wearing over the past couple of weeks. And I made this one from a couple of different patterns from By Hand London, very much inspired by Kate Eva Designs on Instagram. She has such pretty dresses that she makes. So I made this one from some rayon fabric from Joanne Fabrics and added these little bow ties to the shoulder, which I think turned out really cute. And I know it's almost autumn, but where I live, it's not going to actually feel like autumn probably for a good 2 or 3 weeks. So I think I'm going to keep wearing it for a couple of weeks. Maybe I can add a cardigan once it gets a little bit colder, but I was really happy with how that project turned out. And I was able to finish that project in time to take on my trip to Turkey. So I went to Turkey for 1 week, and that's part of where I've been over the last couple of weeks. My wonderful friend Özde is Turkish and she got married, so my other friend and I were able to meet in Turkey for her wedding, which was so exciting. And I will put a couple of clips in here as well because I did film a little bit of the trip. Turkey is somewhere that I never thought I would visit, and so it was so exciting to get to go somewhere just different than I had ever experienced. And it's such a beautiful country. There was so much to see, so I enjoyed it so much. And also getting to catch up with my friend and be at her wedding was so special, so that was really exciting. And then speaking of weddings, this has really been the year of weddings because as soon as I landed back home, it was my sister's wedding week. So we got busy with all of the preparations and everything for her wedding, which honestly have been going on all summer as well. But she is now married and it was such an exciting time getting to celebrate her wedding and do all of the different activities that go into that. I'll try and pop some pictures up so you guys can see as well. She had such a beautiful wedding and I just enjoyed being a part of it so much. And then as soon as I got back as well, my teaching semester started for the fall, so I'm back into my normal routine, which is really nice. I feel like a lot of different things have left my plate, so I'll have a lot more time for all of my favorite creative projects like sewing and knitting and making YouTube videos. So I'm really excited about that. I'm starting to get really excited for autumn. I don't think I was really feeling like it was coming anytime soon, but now it actually is. Just I think tomorrow is the first day of autumn at the time I'm filming this. So I'm really looking forward to all of the cozy vibes and getting into the fall spirit. It definitely still feels like summer. I went out to the garden and picked a few flowers this morning and it's definitely hot outside, but I'm excited for the temperatures to start to drop and to get into fall fashion as well. So that's gonna be fun. I don't think I will end up finishing all of the projects I had planned for the summer this year, but that's okay. I am excited to move on to some other things soon, so we'll get into that shortly. And then I also have a couple of projects that are cut out in my project box. I think they're both two different sets of the Carolyn pajamas from Closet Core Patterns, so I really want to try and work on sewing those this week. They shouldn't take too long. They've just been cut out and not sewn for probably a month and a half now, so I do really want to get to those projects. So I'm going to try and include that in this video as well. We'll see if I get to it. I haven't worked on a crochet project in such a long time. I used to crochet all the time when I was younger, especially when I was in high school. I loved doing crochet, and then knitting kind of took over for me, but I was a little bit maybe just a little bit tired of knitting this summer, and this felt like a good way to use the same part of my brain. So I've been enjoying working on this crochet project, and I forget how much faster crochet goes for me than knitting. I feel like I can move at such a faster pace and get more stitches done. So it's kind of a fun realization coming back to crochet. But I've really missed coming on here on YouTube and catching up with you guys, so I'd love to know what's new with you. What have you guys been doing here at the end of summer? Have you done any traveling, or what projects have you been working on? I've missed reading your comments so much, so I'm really excited to catch up with you guys. I may end up needing to get a little bit more yarn for this bag, because I think what I did when I originally started this project, I think I was thinking I would use the cream color the most, and I forgot that the lighter peach is actually the color I'll use the most. So I think I may need to go get one more skein of this. This is just the, what's it called? Sugar and Cream, I think, cotton yarn from Michaels. So very affordable to do a project out of this yarn, which is nice. Okay, there is the end of that round. So that's a little bit of progress, at least, on this crochet project. Let me go grab all of my cutout pajama patterns and show you guys what those projects are gonna look like. And hopefully I'll get a little bit of time to start sewing on those today. Okay, here is my super organized cardboard box full of pattern pieces that have been cut out. So I have two different Rifle Paper Company fabrics that I'm using for these two sets of pajamas. So one of them is this adorable travel themed print, and both of these will be the short sleeves and shorts version of the pajama pattern. And then I also have this fabric, which I just think is so adorable. This toile, oh, these are all stuck together. I also have this toile fabric, which I think is so adorable. And for the toile set, I actually saw this set of pajamas on the Anthropologie website that I'm going to try and copy a little bit. It had ruffles on the sleeves, which I just thought was such a cute detail and would be a really easy adaptation to make for this particular pattern. So I have a little bit of extra fabric to add those ruffles. So I really want to get these done because I think they're gonna be really cute. So I think I'm gonna try and start on these maybe this evening. Hey guys, so it's the next day now, and I spent the morning doing a little bit of editing, and now I'm going to go work on these pajama projects. I didn't get started on them yesterday, so I'm going to see how much I can get done today. I'm going to start by working on the shorts, and I'm going to batch sew and do both pairs of shorts at the same time, and then both pajama tops at the same time. So we'll see how far I get, and I'm gonna go get started on that now.
There's something about you that's different. I see it in your eyes. Something isn't right. Tell me again what I'm missing. 'Cause you're fading on. We've been here before. Tell me again, just tell me again, and I'll make it right. Don't go through that door. Tell me again, just tell me again, and I'll.
So I'm back to working on this pajama set today, and let me show you a little bit of my progress so far. So here are the shorts, and I love this little ruffle detail. I think it turned out so cute, and it was really a simple adjustment to make. So all these need is the elastic. Now I went and bought some elastic yesterday, so I will add that here in a few minutes. And then on the pajama shirt, I've gone ahead and done one sleeve with the ruffle detail, but I saved one to show you guys. So I'll show you how I made the ruffle adjustment for the sleeve and for the shorts. And if you want to see any more detail on any of this pattern, I do have a full video on making the Carolyn pajamas. So I will link to that in case you want to see more details. But for now, I'm just going to show you how I did the little ruffle alteration. I think it's so cute and I love this fabric. So for the original design of the pajamas, these sleeves just have a cuff and this is the pattern piece here. So to make the alteration and make this into a ruffle, I'm going to use almost double this amount. And to do that, I'm just going to fold in a little bit of the pattern piece. I'm kind of approximating here, but I know I want just a little bit more fullness. And then I will cut this out on the fold, so it's almost double the length of the original cuff piece, and then I can turn that into a ruffle. I have no idea why this pattern piece is printed out on purple paper, by the way. I think I printed this pattern out twice actually, because I lost some of the pieces in a move at one point in time, but I have no idea why this one is purple. All of the rest of them are normal computer paper. I have a good amount of extra fabric here. I need to come up with a project idea to use this. I love this print so much. Okay, so now let me just show you how this will go together. Here is the sleeve piece. Then we'll have the piping between the sleeve and the ruffle. And then when I unfold this, this is now a wider piece of fabric. So you can see that I have a lot of room to gather that up and create the ruffle. So before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and sew this side seam on this piece, and then also go ahead and sew the sleeve side seam so that everything is ready to go. This one I will use my serger on. This one I don't have to because it will end up being doubled over. So there will be no raw edges showing on that. So I'm going to sew those seams really quickly and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have both of those seams sewn and I'm just going to give these a quick press. For the ruffle piece, I'm going to make sure to press this seam open. That way when everything is folded, there will be less bulk overall. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half, matching these raw edges together so that I have a nice clean line on the bottom. And I'm just going to give that a quick press all the way around so that that crease is pressed in place. All right, so now I can go ahead and run 2 rows of gathering stitches around the top of the ruffle piece. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and sew my piping to the bottom of the sleeve. I'm basically just basting this in place so that it's easier to work with all of the layers when I add the ruffle, but I'll match the raw edge of the piping or the lower edge of the piping to the raw edge of the sleeve, and then just sew that in place all the way around. So now I can go ahead and pull on the gathering threads on the ruffle and then match this up so that it fits to the bottom of the sleeve. Okay, and then to assemble this, I'm going to match that seam I sewed on the ruffle to the side seam on my sleeve and then pin this in place all the way around. And as I go, I'll just adjust my gathers to be as even as possible and then to fit all the way around the sleeve. I didn't want this to be a super like fluffy full ruffle because I thought it could get a little bit uncomfortable since these are pajamas. I wanted to keep it practical but still cute and fun. So you could definitely adjust that to meet whatever your preferences were. Now, when I sew this in place, I am going to go ahead and sew on the side where I sewed the piping. Then I can just follow this stitching line and make sure that everything is as close to that piping as possible, and it will get everything looking really nice and tidy when I turn it towards the right side. So after I sew all the way around the seam, I'm also going to use my serger to finish this edge. If I were doing the way the original pattern was written, then this would have a nice, almost like a binding effect on the inside of the sleeve, but because of the extra bulk of the fabric from the ruffle, I'm just going to use my serger and I think it will work just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this together and then I'll be back to show you the result. So one thing that I did forget to mention is I also ran a little row of top stitching right above the piping, and that just helps to secure this seam down on the inside so this doesn't flip to the outside. So this is what the sleeve looks like now. I think it is so cute, and I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the pajama shirt. Then all I have left to do after that is to do the buttons and buttonholes. So I'm going to finish this project up and then I'll be back to show you shortly. so I finished the pajama set and I think it turned out so cute. I love the fabric, and as you guys know, I love this pattern so much. I've made it quite a few times now, and it's just one of my favorites. I find it so satisfying to sew all of the little details like the collar. I feel like I did a pretty good job on the piping this time, and I love the little ruffles as well. It just adds a little bit of something extra. So I'm really excited about this. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a little bit of this project in this video. Yay! I am so happy to have this project done. This is the first sewing project I've finished in quite a while, so it feels really good to have something checked off of my list. Now, I will finish up the other pajama set later on, not in this video, because I need to go buy a color of piping that matches a little bit better with that fabric. The last time I went to Joann's, I couldn't find the right color, so I'm going to postpone that till later, but I'm really happy to have this project done. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here. I know this was a little bit of a hodgepodge, but I just wanted to catch you guys back up on what's been going on with me, and I have some videos already filmed that will be going up soon, so I'm really excited to be back into the swing of things and be posting more consistently for the rest of the year. Thank you guys so much for your patience with the little bit of a break that I took this summer. I'm excited to be back and share some new projects and new things with you very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching and spending your time here on my channel today, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very, very soon. Bye!